Hi, Kariuki as usual. Welcome to the show, another episode with an amazing guest, a long-time friend, all the way back from college.
Sure.
Sam Wamburu.
Yes.
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank
it's a
you.
Pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure too.
Nimekumiss,
but long time.
It's been a while.
Ulipotea Nairobi ukae Ocha.
Nah. Village life, family, work, dude, community. It's a lot, plus this podcast, a lot on my plate. But today's about you, and you're here as a friend, but you're also here because you're someone I come to sometimes to get advice, to get a sense of where things are in the country. You are a sales manager and a sales rep, and you're on the front line. When I come to you, the opinions you give me, I don't get them from anybody else. And the perspectives you have, the sense of where business is in Kenya, the political effect on business, these are things I've enjoyed having conversations with you about. And before we get to that though, let's go back to the beginning. I knew you as a young man, straight from Gatondo, some village in Gatondo. We met in Nyeri. Very ambitious guy, very energetic, really wanted to become an engineer. Today is a sales rep.
And also a graduate engineer.
Yes. I want to hear a little bit about that journey, like how you moved from engineering. I know we graduated together, so I'm pretty sure you trained as an engineer, but how you moved to sales and the lessons you've learned on that journey. What prompted you to go to sales?
Actually, I can say it's chance. Because initially, I didn't plan this over. I didn't have a script. My script was go to school, be an engineer, and that was my script. But life gives you something else. And I was ready to take it. That's how I became a salesperson. And currently I'm enjoying it. Yes. Maybe in future I'll venture back to engineering because I still see there are things that we can do in engineering. Maybe a sales engineer. Maybe I venture to manufacturing, which is has a lead potential in Kenya. Yes. That's the way to go.
Okay. We're not here to talk about the future today. We're here to talk about today and the journey that has gotten us here. So the future, seek some out on the side. I like to hear your perspectives about the future, and I want to hear a little bit more of that. But before we get to that, first the journey that has gotten you here. What are you currently doing? What are you selling? You once told me a salesperson should be able to sell anything, but what are you selling currently, and what are you seeing in your field?
Currently, I'm selling smartphones. Oppo smartphones, to be specific, because I work with the Oppo company. Yes. But also, smartphones is my field.
And so Sam, what does your day look like in terms of what you get to do at work and what you're supposed to deliver?
You know, one thing with sales, it's all about targets. You have your target to hit. So you have your team, you have your products, then you have the brand. Then all that comes in so that you make sure that you cook your thing. Now that's where sales guy and the engineer comes in. Now how to cook all that to make sure that you deliver the target to the shareholders. Yes. So it could be different from one person to one person. But the basic thing is that to make sure that your team is okay, you have the product, and also the things that the marketing, branding, and all those stuffs that the supplement sales. If that's okay, then you are good to go. So that's basically what we do. We make sure that your team is okay, like they are at work. They have the knowledge that they need to have the knowledge. They have the product. The product in the shelves. You see.
You're telling me about like some of the things you get to do as the sales rep. I know there's a team you train and a team that you lead, right? So there are two aspects there. There's the people aspect, taking care of the team, training them, making sure they're okay, making sure they're showing up at work. So there's the managerial aspect of managing people. Then there's the aspect of like the actual selling itself. Just tell me a little bit more about, I want to hear a little bit about both, like the things you see when managing people. Let's start with that.
So you see, mostly at the managerial level, you have to instill discipline to the team. One, then they need to have confidence on the product. Like if you don't have confidence on what you are selling, then even the customer, when they come, they will not see the confidence. They will not have confidence with what they are buying. And sometimes you might find someone who they just need a phone. They don't know exactly what they want. They don't have a clear mind of what exactly they want. That's why the team that you have must be able to know what you offer in that phone exactly. That's the training part. Then what you offer and the solutions that the solution that phone is solving is what you sell to the customer. So if a customer needs a phone that maybe a budget phone, a good phone, and maybe you might try to interrogate more on maybe are they interested in camera, battery life, maybe storage, because you might find someone who just wants just the phone for WhatsApp communication. Maybe it's an office phone, so that's just pick calls, write messages. But maybe you have someone who wants the content creation. That's someone who will care more about the camera. Then you find someone who works in somewhere, maybe in a quarry where they don't get to have power line, so they need a phone that have good battery, and also when it falls down, if it's a dual person, it will be able to not to break easily. You see, so all those things you need to learn to know your customer, and then you also need to know your product, and then you have to bridge that gap so that you give the customer what they want.
Know the product, know the customer, and know your salespeople. Okay, I didn't have the customer in mind in the beginning. I asked the question. Is the customer always right?
Yeah, because customer is the customer. Customer is the one who will make you be in business. So if you don't listen to the customer, then you're not in business.
What do you do when you meet a difficult person, like I've been told I can be sometimes as a customer?
I can tell you for a fact, every other person, they have their own way of seeing things. Even me, even as a leader, I know there's a way you can see this one is not the best way to go, but you have to find a middle ground for both of us. Like I told you, all of us have to fight the middle, because at the end of the day, you need that phone, right? That's why you came. And for me, I need to hit that target, so I have to sell that phone to you. So there's no one who is higher than the other or lower than the other. It's mutual. So we have to make sure that we meet somewhere where both of us will have to do the business and all of us will be comfortable. So when you know that, you'll be able to calm the pride, if sometimes it's the pride or the ego of the customer, because you know at the end of the day, this thing is mutual. You are getting what you want, I'm giving what you want, and at the end of the day, we're in business.
Sam, you've been doing sales for close to a decade now.
Yeah, from 2017, 16.
Yeah,
Up to today, 2025. Wow.
it's close to a decade. Yeah. And it makes me trust you that you really know your job, because that many years of experience is no joke. And but then I also know you are trained as an engineer, and when we're going through our training, there's a way one sees the world as an engineer, and I guess there's a way one sees the world as a salesperson. For you, what are some ways you've learned to see the world as a salesperson that you feel are just different from anything you could have learned in school when you went through engineering school?
Mostly, I have never thought of that, but maybe I can say what comes to my mind now. One, in engineering, mostly it's all about machines. You are trained how to operate a machine, how to do all those things about machine. But when it comes to sales, it's all about people. You see, because how you relate to people, you have to sell your product to the people. So I think those are the two different things. Here is machines, here is people. And the feedback that you get from machines and the feedback that you get from people are very different. Because machines may sustain some strain before it gives you feedback. But you see, for people, it's one-on-one. You say this instant. So I think you need to balance. Because here you just do experiments, then you go do analysis, then you have all the time to analyze the data. But here it's one-on-one. You need this, I have to give it to you. Currently, I don't have to think about it tomorrow. I will not have time to say, let me analyze first the data. So that's why the preparedness for sales is not the same as the other one, because this one is instant. So you need to be more prepared, because in the job, you don't have that time to think about it so much. So that's why I had told you, you need to be ready with the knowledge for everything. Yes, because one thing, when you come and if you ask me about something and maybe you know more than I know, and I give you the wrong answer, then from there the trust is gone. So whatever I tell, even if it's true after that, for you, there is no trust. So you see, you'll not be able to close that sale. Yes, so that's why you need to be always one step ahead.
How does one repair that trust when it's broken in a sales relationship?
One thing with sales, you should not give up. And every sales is a learning experience. The first sale is different from the second sale. I remember when I was starting the job, there was a customer that came, and after talking to them, nikaona kanafanya PE. Then someone else came in and they said, since huyu ni wa PE, wacha nimwachie huyu. Tumekaa naye sana, naona kama ni PE, wacha niende nikaongea na yule mwenye ameingia tu sai, maybe is an active customer, is the ready customer. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. The one I went to talk to was the one for PE. Alichukua 2 minutes akaenda, but the one mwenye niliacha alienda kuuziwa na mwenye niliachia. So you see, so also patience matters. So and patience, and do not give up, and also accept it's learning experience. The way I had you today, I learned some, because we are all different. So I don't have to have a fixated mind of this is the way to go. No, you need to have an open mind. I'm learning this and I have to be better every day, because as we say in sales, history does not matter. Even if I sell 1,000 pieces last year or last month, and this month I have a new target, I will not say because I sold last month, this month is okay. No, I have even to do better. I have to improve. Yes. So, and you can't improve if you are not ready to learn, to add more knowledge into yourself.
The world of technology and smartphones is changing so fast. There's a new smartphone every 6 months, I think now. It used to be every year. Now I've seen even quarterly.
Even you can have it quarterly.
Yeah, and if it's like it's a series like the Techno Common series, they used to release a new phone in the series after 1 year. With the Samsung S4, started out with S series, started out with the same thing, but it seems like with more competition now, it's like new phone, new features, new stuff, quarterly, semi-annually. How did you learn? What's your learning process like, so that you stay competitive on your job?
You know, currently there's always the next thing. For example, currently the battle now is all about AI. Which phone has a better AI features? What can they do for you with AI? You see, so the more you add AI features in your phone, you get the edge. There was a time on the size of the screen. There was a time on the size of the battery, size of memory. So there's always something new coming in. So that's why you need to know the dynamics of the market. Because if it's all about the battery, then you just stay on the battery, then other things come and you don't improve, then you'll be out in the market. Yes. So you just need to know what's the trend. Yeah. Initially, people wanted the curved screen, but you see most of the phones that were featured this year, they don't have a curved screen. They are flat screen. Yes. So, but they have more added features on the AI. So, just like that, they will always improve something. Sometimes you find they go back to something that was there before, like design, then like that. They will always tweak something to also make you not comfortable with the one that you have. For example, if you have a very good phone and you always Android 13, they will always have something for you to upgrade to the next phone. Because if you don't have a reason to upgrade to the next phone, then you will not have market. Because most of the people who buy new phones, maybe you are upgrading or you are a new user. And most of the new users are the youth, and the youth mostly they go to the lower budget phones because it's the entry level. But for the premium phones, it's someone who knows what they want, so they have to give you some added advantage over what you had before.
Thanks for sharing with us a secret of the trade. It's it's an open secret, but you know we live in a consumer economy. There is a lot of consumerism is being promoted because it's the engine that drives the economy, I think, at least. And so even though I have currently a phone that serves me well enough, that meets all my needs, there's somebody somewhere working very, very hard to come up with a new phone with just enough features to make me feel like mine is not enough and I must have this new one. And that is the driving force behind consumerism. As somebody who's been in the smartphone industry, where it's also rampant for close to a decade again, what's your views on that? What do you think about the consumer economy?
Okay, according to what I think, I can say we humans, we have we are so vast in the way we are, and we have the vast hierarchy of needs, and one thing that we strive for is status. So that's why you want to be rich, all those things. Then with that status, this is what comes with that status. You don't need to even say it. There's those toys that you'll have around you that they will speak for you without you even saying it. And then there's how people will respond to you. For example, if you're using let me say iPhone 16 Pro Max, you see even some people, they just want to make sure people see it. You see, so why? So such kind of things, that it's all about the status. You need people to know that this is my status, I use this kind of phone. So there are people who will just buy the phone because a specific series. If there is a new model in that series, they just buy it, not because of what even it has, because of that status of saying I always use the new phone. I'm the biggest, the highest ranking on this model. You see, just status, hivyo tu, kwa status peke yake. Then there are those people who will be convinced by the added features. Maybe currently, like I was saying, it's all about the AI. There's someone who will be who will like to have like this conversation. They can use the earphone as a mic. Then it connects to a whole system through the Bluetooth, and your phone is the mic. You see, so there's also, you just need if you need to reply a message, you are not good in replying messages. You don't like writing, so you use the AI to AI reply, to just reply your message. If someone, it will scrutinize the kind of conversation that was going on, then to give you several options for you to reply. You don't need to work of how to do the message. Maybe you are invited in a wedding, someone invites you to the group, and you need to feel to write something to them, but you don't know how to express yourself, then the AI can help you do that. So if you had that problem and you find a phone that has that feature and it's sorting your problem, then you'll cough up the money to buy it.
Okay.
Mm. Next one.
Sina mbio. Nimekuwa stuck kwa vitu mbili. Nimekuwa stuck kwa vitu mbili. So siko sure nianze na gani. Niko very dance us. Start with whichever. What effect do you think that need to maintain status is having on us? Like,
Come up again.
it's like always wanting to buy the new phone, always wanting to have the latest phone. That comes with a personal cost. What price do you think we are paying, or what do you think it costs us when we are constantly chasing the next thing to consume, whether it's because of status or because it has new features? What do you think that is the effect of that on us as a species?
Well, as human beings.
Yeah.
I think it opens a very big room for innovation. Do you know why? Because if I know that if I add something to this to this phone, people will come up and buy, then there are people who will be in their rooms every day trying to look for what next, think about what next. And also in business wise, to always create employment. Because if you have your phone and you stay it with 10 years, then who will I sell the phone to next year? And for you, you are capable to buy the next series. So if you have the capability, and you know the people with the capability is just a small percentage in Kenya, for example, to buy the premium phones, and there's no that urge to buy every year, then who will not be in market. Because actually the biggest profit money comes from the high ends. Yes, because those are the people who just say, I just need this phone without asking questions. It's because of the status. They don't know even what the phone is. They don't know. Some will even ask them, what's the memory of the phone? They just don't know. They just know it's this model, and that's what I want to go with. Yes. So
yeah.
it throws the wheel of economy, especially in an economy whereby we are not doing much of value addition. Yes.
Consumption is our bread and butter. If we don't consume, the markets fail, the economy comes to a stop.
Yes, because there's not much we are doing of value addition, because the other thing was agriculture, and it's still just there.
Sam, I've not seen the latest phones. When did you sell me the phone I'm currently using?
Hey, miaka kitambo bana tunafaa utupe
2 years maybe. Not less than 2 years. I've only had a smartphone for less than 8 months, I think. So it's not as long as we think. But in 8 months, AI has advanced greatly. And when you sold me the phone, it doesn't have some of the current AI features that I hear you mention. But I just want to hear what are some of the interesting AI features that are coming out in new models that are coming out now. You've mentioned can reply on my behalf, can give me drafts, can tell me how to respond to different messages. What else are you seeing that is exciting you about the intersection of AI and the smartphone market?
For example, if I talk about the Oppo smartphones, they have some few AI features, because we call it the AI toolbox, and one of them is like those AI reply. You can reply. Then if we are recording a conversation, We can have a conversation recorded, then it will do a summary for the same. If you are using like English, it will do a summary for all what we have talked about during the recording. Also, maybe you have a very long article. It can read it out and give you a summary for the same. You see, it will save you a lot of time. Also, something to do with for people who are creating. Maybe you are somewhere, you want to you take a photo, then you see you have a lot of background noise. Maybe people you don't want to see. Yeah, you can remove some of those people with AI, and you are left as the main subject. You are blur, maybe you are moving. It can make it can increase the clarity of the photo. Also, when you zoom an object, it's very far away, it can be able to reorganize the pixels and makes the photo clearer. You see, so some of the challenges that we did, they used to make you look the photo, they were not good. Also, if maybe you are taking on you are in the drive, and you are taking the phone through the windscreen. There's always that mirroring of the reflections. We have an AI to remove all those reflections. Yes, you have been asked about you are in your room. You asked about a photo, you in a suit. Maybe you had applied for an interview. You asked, give me that photo currently. No. I don't. Maybe you don't even have a suit in your wardrobe then. So what do? There's that AI studio. You can have your photo there, recreate it with a suit and send. Yes. So it's really helping us. And also there's a way that the AI can also be able to increase the link. For example, we also have a feature like beacon link, whereby you can talk to a customer. If we are in I know you love camping. We're in the camp. We don't have Wi-Fi. There's no network. So we can use beacon link to turn our phones to something like walkie-talkie within a few edge, and we use Bluetooth to talk. Yes.
Okay.
No charges.
Sounds like there's a lot of exciting stuff going on.
Yes.
In tech right now.
Yeah.
And you didn't choose to go into smartphones. Smartphones. You
chose
found yourself.
Me.
Smartphones chose you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can say that.
Now I remember smartphones were the most exciting thing when we were joining college.
Actually, before we joined college, we didn't have smartphones. They came when we were in college, right?
I had an idea when I came.
Oh, it was like that year, 2011, right?
2011, late 2010, early 2011 is when Safcom brought the first Android phone into the country. The Huawei Ideas.
I remember that small phone. It was nice. You had one. You are one of the people who used Android for the first time in Kenya. So how do you feel?
That just makes me old. There's no feeling there. When you're old, you don't feel.
You did have that status, you know. Yeah. You and I think Abuya, you changed from Ideas to the other one was
the ZTE Blade.
Yes, the Blade. Now, when you change that, oh my, and with my Nokia.
Yeah. It was fun times. For me it's very beautiful to watch the evolution of tech from the Huawei Ideas and the Blade, the ZTE Blade, which we used to come with Android 2.1, and we had to actually upgrade to 2.3, and then just like start to feel like we're on the edge of tech, and now to see that whole evolution to the things that it's doing now. And those are very useful use cases, and it's solving very important challenges for creators in our country and people who rely on their smartphone to do their creative work and to just like create. One thing you mentioned that made me super curious was you said that if we're having a conversation and we're having it in English, then the AI is going to help me. And in my mind I wondered, what's going on? Why not in Kiswahili? Why not in Gikuyu? Why not in Toluo?
So this thing is a progress. So first of all, we are experiencing it as 1.0, the one for the main languages, English, Chinese, Spanish, but no, the local languages, they are still not yet there. But I know in future, we will be there. Yes, because most of that, it happens in China, but so those people, they is what we have, and even our writings, we didn't have writings before the missionaries, but you see in Chinese they had their writings, English they had their writings. So in future, all those things will be incorporated, because AI is learning currently. AI is learning. As we speak, AI is learning. So that's why every upgrade that is coming, it's coming finer and finer and finer. For example, you had this game, GTA.
GTA. Yeah.
Yes. Zikianza, it looks like cartoons, but currently you might struggle to identify the real game and cars in the street. Yes. So because these things are improving day in, day out. So it's not the end. We expect more improvements to come.
And so for you, some of those improvements are going to be also in terms of the languages that are supported.
Yes. Currently, we have smartphones that are supporting Swahili. But initially, like the ones at that time for Ideas, did they support Swahili? No. So it's a process.
I don't remember actually. Did Ideas have Swahili? Someone let us know in the comments.
I don't think they had Swahili. Because majority of these things, even the Swahili language is growing. Rununu, I think, what we could have called Rununu because there was no smartphone. So when the Swahili language was, so they had to, those, I don't know, professors or who coined these names.
So what opportunities do you see? Because that's a huge and significant gap. If a native English speaker, a native Spanish speaker, a native Chinese speaker gets to use AI in their native language, and I can't use it in my native language, even if I have the latest smartphone, and no matter what range, cheap, mid or high end, it seems like a significant gap. What opportunities and challenges do you think Kenyan creators, and especially those who rely on their smartphones to create, could face or have in terms of opportunities?
You see, the best thing with the tech, it's bringing globalization and bringing opportunities to everyone, open opportunities to everyone. So that question could be well answered by someone like you who is a developer. You as a developer, how can you now bridge the gap? Because you have the tools. For me, it's just to sell. You bring me the product, I'll sell.
Okay. You're throwing the challenge back to me. But
it's not a challenge anyway. It's an opportunity for you.
So I see the opportunity there for companies like OpenAI, DeepMind, and others who are creating these models.
So, and it's an opportunity to everyone, not just those people, but because you have seen people doing the translations for even local things, even to local languages. Even in TikTok, you see someone write a song, then they do the translations and all those things. So it's open to everyone who has the capabilities to do it. And we all say AI is learning. AI is improving day by day. So it's not something that we have, we know this is the end. No.
In my mind, because you mentioned something there, and you said like Chinese, for example, has had written language for thousands of years. So it's easy for AI to learn Chinese and to be trained on Chinese because there's enough Chinese literature that's written down.
And also, Chinese developers, because it's also developed in?
There's what's this Chinese company that...
Majority of these things are developed in China.
DeepSeek.
That's the AI.
Yeah.
Part of the AI. But majority of these things are developed in China, right? So the resources there are locally available. The same thing. If I ask you like now, when was the last time did you access a Kikuyu book?
It's been a while, very long time.
You see. So if for you who is a local person is taking a lot of time to get it, how about someone who is in China? So the best thing could be you as a person mwenye yako hapa, chukua challenge, tengeneza hiyo kitu, because si ya mtu. Hii kitu yote si ya mtu. You just need to do it. You can also have it as an app in Google.
There's something critical missing here, if I get you correctly. Because do we, as a country, and even our local languages, do we have enough in terms of written works with which to train AI models so that they understand our language and they understand our cultures?
With that, for my own perspective, I think either we ignore or is not exposed to us enough. Yes.
What in this case?
All those things, because like you, I have asked you, you don't know.
I have not seen a Kikuyu book in a while.
Yes.
I know Ngoge wa Thiong'o and others.
Dahika Deda.
Dahika Deda. Yeah. And there are a few others. Yeah. We do have some literature in Gikuyu, and at least I think for every community in Kenya, we do have the Bible in every native language, and so that's also a starting point. But the Bible is a little dated in terms of the topics it talks about, so it can be a little hard to train the model. It could maybe possibly be possible to train the model on the Bible so that he understands the language, and then have it extrapolate to a different language model and see if it's able now to bring like modern things into the local language.
Yes, and also don't forget, it's all about money. So if I make that thing and I spend my time on doing AI for Kikuyu, does it bring economic value of the time that I have used to make sure it learn and to sell currently?
I don't know.
I don't think it does.
So we need, if we ever need these models in our languages, we need to figure out the economic value first.
With the time they may come up, but for now it's starting. So they'll tend to think of what can bring short term. You know, you have short term and long term goals. So short term goals ni the languages that can a majority of people can interact with, and they'll be fascinated with the same. But if I am targeting 2 customers, then I spend 1,000 for 2 customers. The 2 phones will sell at 200. Then that is a loss. And they are in business at the end of the day.
Okay. AI. We don't have to think much anymore. AI gives us suggestions, gives us solutions, does stuff for us. Are you at all worried about the effect that's going to have on our capacity to be human and to think for ourselves?
I'm not worried. If things are supposed to happen, they have to happen. Yes. If I get worried or not, they'll happen. It's like asking that Australopithecus there. Are they worried that in future they'll be eating cooked food? Yes. So it's not something to worry about, but so whatever happen will happen. You accepting it or not accepting it, it will happen. That's the path.
So we should lean onto these tools and just use them.
Whatever it can help you, whatever can help you, just take it.
We've been friends for a very long time. I trust your judgment. I trust your opinion, or at least I love to hear your opinion. Currently, I'm very, very passionate about content creation. I'm very passionate about telling stories, African stories, authentically, and especially straight from the horse's mouth. And you're in tech, you've worked in tech for a very long time. At the heart of Kenya's creative industry is the smartphone. You know the challenges we face here. You know the challenges creators face. What do you think creators are missing that from your side as the one selling the smartphone or the one who provides the tech with which creators create? What do you see that I might not be seeing from where I sit as a creator? If I'm using a smartphone to create, what advice would you have for me?
Okay. You know, like I said, it's a smartphone can be expanded in so many ways. You know, in the world of creation, there is no limit. There is no limit. And the worst thing you can do to yourself is create limits for yourself. Because if you do have limits, then hautaweza create enough. So you should have an open mind, always. Then with the art, you know, with the art, be unique. And fortunately, you have seen people are doing so much in terms of creation. You see people with just the earphones, they can create in even the streets. You have those who create in their motorbikes, you know, even a small thing, even without you noticing, they are doing their creation. Then we have people who are doing the big creation, but you just need to start from somewhere, regardless of where you are. You know, before you get to those expensive gadgets, then you can start with what you have, and you'll always have an audience. You'll always have an audience regardless. So don't fear to do it. You always have those audience will be okay with the kind of content that you're creating, because we have like 9 billion people, or 6, 8.
At least 7 billion. So I think maybe you're closing on towards 8 billion.
So imagine all those people, and maybe those who can get access to like smartphone or internet is more than 1 billion, or more than 2 billion, of course. So you can imagine that vast. Actually, it's more than 5, because I can see YouTube content seen by 3 billion or so. So you can imagine all those people, all that audience. So you just do it. You never know where you'll start. And there's always a season for everything. So you just start. You don't know when your season will come. You can just create your content now, and maybe it is futuristic content. So maybe in 3-4 years, it won't go boom. Yeah.
Create. Start somewhere. In the world of creation, there is no limit. Be unique. What makes you unique, Sam?
Actually, I don't. It's sad to say that. Yes. I don't know.
You don't know what makes you unique?
I don't.
Okay, that's a fair enough answer.
Eh.
Am I unique?
What makes you unique?
I asked whether you think I am unique. I just want to hear your thought.
Yes, you're unique.
In what way?
In terms of, I just told you today, you have a way of going out there with your content. Like I said, you created a content in university, it went viral. You told your story. So, normal will always be normal. And no one notices normal. Actually, today, you not even notice your fingers. But if they start aching, you notice them. So when they are normal, you never notice them. But when there is abnormal, that's what uniqueness now comes in. You notice them. So if they notice your content, then no, you have the unique in terms of content. At least that I have evidence of.
Okay. What makes you unique? I think maybe your open-mindedness, because I've known you for a very long time. And I remember a conversation we had, me, you, Wanjiro, Timo, and Ben.
That's the wrong time.
That's a very, very
First
long
year.
time. I hope you guys are still alive.
Yeah, they were. This is my roommates.
Ben, Timo, Wanjiro. Hi.
87.
87, yeah.
Hostel.
And you know, you struck me as the most open-minded, because at that time I was just starting to question my religious beliefs, and I felt like I was just a step ahead, and you're the person I felt like you are willing to peep behind your beliefs to try and understand why I believed the things I believed at that time, which were pretty ridiculous. So I think your open-mindedness, and today you've spoken a lot about open-mindedness, and it's one of the things I love about you. It's why we started the first company together. Rest in peace, Prima. So I like that. I like your energy. I love your drive, and like your passion for ideas and for learning. I think the fact that trained as an engineer, now a sales rep, and the journey you've walked, one couldn't walk that journey for close to a decade without having a very open mind and just being willing to learn new stuff every single day, including managing people, satisfying customers, keeping abreast of technology and all the changes, understanding markets, the economy, politics, all stuff I come to learn from you. This channel is very young. We need you guys to continue watching, to subscribe, to share with your friends. Please, we can't grow without your support. Sam, I want you to reach out to your friends.
Subscribe. So unfortunately, when I started working in China, my English went down. I'm very serious, by the way. But anyway, subscribe to this. You always get informative content here, knowledgeable content here, and also will also expand your everything. Even if anything is calm, whichever the case, you just listen. They say in those small things, you might find some gold, because even the gold, they mine it from all those stones. So you just be there, and always make sure you peep into this what do you call it, channel, because we'll always have some gold for you. Thank you
For watching. It's such a pleasure to see the number of subscribers go up, to see the likes on the videos, to engage with your comments. Please help us make the channel grow. Right now I'm bringing you my friends and colleagues and acquaintances and people who really shaped me into who I am as a person today. And some of those people will not come to this channel while we have the number of subscribers that we do, while we are getting the level of engagement we are getting. So if you want to see all of those people, we need to work together and get the subscribers going up, get the likes going up, the engagement going up, and then hopefully some big wigs. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next one.